Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Precisely Nowhere. So happy to be back for another episode. Currently sitting in my office, looking around, trying to get inspiration for decorating around my desk. I recently did a paint and sip with my family, really with my aunts and my cousins, because I had some family visiting from Germany, and it was so much fun. We did it at home, so we didn't go to a place, which was for me even more fun. I haven't done it at a place yet, but it was nice because we could actually just hang out, take our time to paint. There are so many videos on YouTube with tutorials, like step by step of how to paint something. So we did Frida Kahlo, and I'm very happy with my painting. Took some creative liberties and didn't follow it to a T, but super happy with it. I want to put it in my office with another one of my paintings. And that one was a paint by numbers. And if you're not familiar with those and you like to paint or are creative, highly recommend them. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link to one that I have in the show notes, but it essentially comes in a little tube, and what in that tube is a canvas, paint, and all of the colors associate with numbers that are on the canvas. So it is paint therapy, is what I like to call it, and it's more tedious than you think it's gonna be. I thought I was gonna do mine in like an hour the first time I did it, and it took me longer because I wanted to take my time, and I didn't need it to be perfect, but I did want to give it attention and use it as an opportunity for me to step away from technology and the TV screen and just be one with the canvas. So, yeah, I'm excited to decorate my office. We've been in the apartment for, I'm going to say like 9 months now. And I'm someone that likes to take their time with decorating. I love interior design, but I also love to be intentional with my space and not give in to the pressures of I need my space to be perfect, but more what are the right pieces to put in the space. And part of me is also thinking about when my lease is up. I have been meaning to check in with my management company to see if they're going to raise the rent or if I can get a deal, because my financial advisor was telling me that it's a renter's market right now. So if any of you are renters, take advantage because we all know inflation is real and the cost of living, even in the suburbs. I mean, it's more affordable than New York City, but if I can get some cost savings, I just feel like having a 2 bedroom apartment nowadays is not what it used to be back in the day. And that's reality right now. So I'm embracing it, but also here to try to get the deals because I'm a great tenant. Know yourself. If you're a great tenant, advocate for yourself. That is what I'm going to do, hoping that in doing that, I can get a good deal and stay in the apartment for another year and a half and decorate even more because I would love to not have to spackle over everything if I didn't have to. And when my lease is up, which it's up at the end of December, I would just like to avoid moving during that time because I love Christmas and the holidays, and moving into a new place right before the new year, I guess could be fun because it's like a new space, new year. But if I could avoid moving over the holidays, that would be nice. So, more to come on that front, but highly recommend if you're a renter to try to get yourself those deals. If you like where you live, offer to resend the lease even far in advance. You'd be surprised. So, if you don't ask, you don't know. April. I mean, how are we here already? But we are. And I'm leaning into it. Summer is coming. The sun is coming. I thought moving back to California, I would have 70-degree weather all year long and sunshine all year long. And global warming has played a joke on me. Oh, and it is warmer here than New York, but I just had this idea in my head that I was moving back home so I could be tan and warm all the time. And it's been rainy and gloomy, and it's not ideal, but there are worse things. I was excited to not have seasonal depression, and part of me feels like I have it because I came with some expectations, which is on me a little bit. But global warming is real, and I'm excited for April because warmer weather is coming and I'm going to get a tan, start taking some vitamin D pills because we're all vitamin D deficient out here, even people in California. And yeah, just adulting, another day in the life of adulting. And I know I just jumped straight into this episode because it's just been a day. It's been a day. It's been a week with my family visiting. So much fun, so much family time. And I wanted to get an episode in for the week because this is my me time and my passion. It's important to me that I make time for it because it brings me joy in a way. It's like art therapy. When I'm done with it, I feel so accomplished and fulfilled. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. But for today's episode, wanted to also talk about nostalgic TV because I have been watching Dairy Girls, and that's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend. It's set in the 80s in Ireland. It's set in a time where there was still the IRA was huge in Ireland and there was conflict within their own country. And there's a scene where two of the five people in the group of friends are in a fight. They have this conversation over a landline because digital phones are not a thing yet. The landline where there's not even like a wireless landline phone, like those kind of days. But it's such a great scene because it makes me nostalgic for my childhood and a childhood that I didn't even really have because I was in between the like landline and digital world of communication. It takes me back. It makes me feel old in a certain way, but also just happy in another way. This show is a vibe. It's so funny. Yeah, I just love a period piece. So wanted to recommend that. It's a 10 out of 10 for sure. And there's a few seasons. Seasons go by so quickly. So check it out. I've also been watching New Girl again. I'm finding that when I have more chaotic, I'll use the word chaotic schedules, or my 9 to 5 is there's a lot going on there, and also my personal life, that I gravitate towards shows like New Girl because I love that show. I know it's going to make me laugh. I know it's going to get me in a mindset where it's like feel good TV in a way. And I don't know if you can relate, but there's something about, nostalgic TV and those feel good shows that bring you life when you need it. Just when you feel like you're down, you're out for the count, and they bring you back to life. And I am so thankful for them. New Girl is my jam. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend. It's on Peacock. I bought the seasons on Apple, so I watch it on that, but I love it. And it's keeping me grounded some days when I just need a laugh. Sometimes we just need a laugh. And I don't know if any of you have felt like this recently, but I have. So wanted to share some TV recommendations. Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory are on my list to watch soon because my aunt recommended them. So I'm going to be watching those soon and we'll report back. I'll let you all know my thoughts. I've watched a few episodes of Big Bang Theory and it's been funny. Like, I want to start it from the beginning. Also, wanted to share some updates on my gratitude journal because a few episodes ago we did an exercise together on writing 3 things down. And I am going to be transparent with you. I didn't do it daily, but I did go back and fill in the days that I had missed. So I like did a day, then I skipped 2 days, then I went back because I'm trying to hold myself accountable to fill it out weekly and get in the habit of it. And from doing that for a week, I found that it really helped keep me grounded in the good things that I have in my life because there are some days that it's so easy to get caught up in what's happening to you, in my opinion. And when you're juggling a lot of things, like some days I feel that way, it's even easier to get caught up in something comes out of left field and that derails you maybe emotionally or just like mentally or physically, and that can be frustrating. So, this gratitude journal that I've been doing 3 things a day, just writing down 3 things that I am grateful for, and they are just anything. I have my book in front of me. I wasn't planning on reading what I wrote, but just to inspire you if you need it, I wrote that I am grateful for perspective and the advice I get from my family. I'm grateful for my education and all that I learned about myself when I lived in New York City. And I try to pull from, anywhere, anything that I'm grateful for, but writing things down like that give me this perspective that there is a bigger picture out there, and while I might feel bogged down in the moment based on what's happening in my life or my constant ambition of wanting to do lots of things but lacking patience, sometimes it brings me back to reality and reminds me the world is not ending. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's okay to think positively amidst whatever else is happening in your life. And that is something that I needed a reminder of recently because there's been a lot going on in my life, from changes of my dad's pneumonia just came back again. And he had a rare pneumonia to begin with. It wasn't your average pneumonia where you treat it with antibiotics. So that just came back, and we are going through now the progress of getting him back on medication and having to make sure he is mindful of what he does and where he goes, because he can't really afford to get sick, because I mean, pneumonia affects your lungs and your breathing, and you need your lungs for a lot, and it is scary, but trying to stay positive, and positive affirmations are something that I love, and I'm here for them every day because they keep me grounded. I have an app called I Am. I used it on my phone first, and then I got the Apple Watch, and I just get pop-ups throughout the day of positive affirmations, things that maybe you don't think about in the moment, but then it just pops up and you're like, "Oh, okay, like I love this." For instance, my journey of self-love means giving my mind some time to rest, or I can have a bad day while having a good life. And you might come across that if you read it. A lot of us, I feel like we're always on the go or doing things, and having these little reminders that keep us grounded. I found, especially with social media and just everything, all of the noise, it keeps helps keep me sane. Little ways that I stay sane and I stay positive. And that might be annoying to some people, but for me, I found that staying positive and finding perspective even during the dark days is what keeps me going and keeps me getting up every day and appreciating life. I'm not trying to preach to you. I hope that you are resonating with what I'm talking about, or it's just giving you a different perspective, something to think about. But the past month has been a roller coaster. Good highs, lows, and that's what life is. But I also have those days where I think to myself, and then I say it out loud to my boyfriend, why is this happening right now? Like, can the universe give me a fucking break? Can the universe just give us a break? There's a lot going on already. And I have to stop myself from going down that, like, could be like a dark spiral and having a pity party, because sometimes when you start, you can't stop, and that is not how I want to approach every day. And I'm human, we're all human, we have our moments. Like, I've had many of those, but positive affirmations, this gratitude journal, consciously getting myself to do it every day and stay in that mindset has been really helping me keep me like above water, and wanted to share those thoughts and tips with anyone that we all go through life, and obstacles and struggles hit us at different times. So having some tips when you need them. I hope they help. And I am sensitive to sharing my personal life and also having things that I keep to myself in my personal life. So I just want to say that I'm so grateful for this podcast and the support and everyone that's listening. I have been so terrible at social media for the past 2 months, I think. 2 months. I was okay. I was doing pretty decent in January and February, and then life happened and my boyfriend was laid off. Luckily, he has now found a job, so we're going through that and we're going through it. And it's things like that that shake you a little bit, test you as a person, test your relationship, test everything. And those are the times that also give you perspective. Like, as much as I've been wanting to like use social media, juggling work and the podcast, my family and life, and just wanting to have some time to myself and be present. It's been such a struggle. I have been trying to give myself grace and tell myself it's okay that I'm not on social media. And I hope some of you can relate to this so I don't sound like I'm just rambling, but it is truly a juggling act that I am learning day by day because it's been a long time since I've been in a relationship, and then having to go through something like this is a new life experience like I haven't gone through. And I have so much appreciation for everyone who has gone through something like this, because in a way it's a scary thing when it happens out of left field. And it makes me very angry at corporations. I feel like this is more of a US more than European, but who knows? But just the way that we treat employees and people, and they're so disposable. It's sad, but that is our reality that we all are, I guess, have accepted in a way. It's just, it is what it is. And I am not going to rant about this for much longer because I've already done it a lot in my personal time, and we're moving on, and we're moving forward. But it's wild, and I'm very grateful that I have my job, and I am very grateful that I have such a supportive, loving family, friends, and my boyfriend as well is amazing. We're moving forward on to greener pastures and just dodging those California drivers that have road rage, which is surprising to me because I just thought people over here would be chill when they drive, and people are braking abruptly, moving into the next lane without even using their blinker. It is not fun driving here for me. I love being in the passenger seat. That's my jam. I drive when I have to over here, but these California drivers, I'm like, everyone needs to take a chill pill. Everyone needs to loosen, like, just chill out. Where are you in a rush to? Like, we're in the suburbs, and suburban living. My boyfriend and I got a complaint from some neighbor because we did laundry at 10 p.m. and our management office emailed us the next day. And I thought it was so funny because living in New York City for 12 years, there are so many things that I've overheard, seen, all of it. Sometimes there wasn't even a management company that would pick up the phone or respond if you tried to make a complaint. The fact that now I live in the suburbs and someone can, make a noise complaint because I did laundry at 10 p.m. at night is wild. How different city life and the suburb life is in so many little nuanced ways. It just, yeah, it's comical to me. Wanted to share family updates. I know that I mentioned I had family in town from Germany for a week, and also had a baby shower for one of my cousins, which was so much fun. I did karaoke, sang in English, broke out some Spanish for singing Selena, and hit up a Korean barbecue place. Had a girls' night, got to see my brother play baseball. I have done so much in the past week, but it has been so amazing. And I just love having a big family. And I'm so grateful for my family. And I know a lot of them don't even listen to this, but I wanted to share my appreciation because I know that not everyone has a big family and that's okay, but being near family and going through all of these life changes, just trying to juggle everything, my 9 to 5, my side hustle, and true love, and get used to living in the suburbs and not being in a city. It's been a lot of learning about myself and a lot of support for my family emotionally, and it's been great to see them and hang out with them and be an auntie or a tia to my niece and nephew, and I am very grateful that I have that. So, and for this month, we did not do a manifesting exercise, but I want to do a intention or a word for the month, and this is something that I got from my gratitude journal. So, every month I have to pick a word, and for April, my word is patience. And that is patience for myself, patience for life in terms of how quickly things might move, and being patient and letting something play out and focusing on the bigger picture of, okay, this is what I want, and now I'm going to be patient and what and working and building and having it come to light, but be like have some patience. So I would love if you would all choose a word yourself, pick a word for this month. I'm going to start doing it every month. So this is the fun manifesting exercise for the month. Pick an intention, a word for the month. I would love it if you would DM me. My handle is in the show notes. And if you don't want to DM me, just, keep it to yourself and or share with a friend if you need an accountability partner to help you stick to that word of the month. I think it's a fun exercise to do, and it's helping me stay focused and grounded in the bigger picture and not get bogged down in some of the chaos or messiness that can happen in our day to day that might feel like it derails us, but just gotta wake up and get up the next day. And it may sound cheesy, but be grateful that, we have one life to live. So we gotta live it up and we gotta make the most of it. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and stay safe out there because I'm pretty sure Mercury is in retrograde. There are some good things that are coming with Mercury in retrograde. So lots of self-reflection. I think we could all use some self-reflection every now and then. At least in my opinion. I get so caught up in life that then I'm like, whoa, what's going on? There's a lot of things going on, and am I like in control of some of these things? Do I feel like things are chaotic? Why is that happening? So until next week, I will talk to you all soon. Bye.
Music and editing done by Marco. You can find him at midnight, MIDNITE_mind80 on Instagram for more of his work.